So, hi everyone. I have Marilyn Porter here with me today. I'm very excited to welcome my beautiful friend Marilyn. She is a fellow Faster EFT practitioner with me, and we've done quite a few sessions together, haven't we, Marilyn?
We certainly have. Okay, yes.
And I would love you to tell us a little bit about your journey with tapping, like where you were and where you are now.
Okay, well, I started at the end of 2013, and I started because I needed something. I had been working on myself on and off, but I still had the feeling of not being good enough, of not being very attractive, of not being loved. My self-esteem was always very low, and I was very, very angry at myself, life, many things around me. And I happened to have I started with EFT, just tapping on YouTube. And then, as you do when you're Googling, I found Faster EFT. And when I saw Robert's videos, I was just in like flame. I just couldn't believe how he was working it. And because I've done hypnosis before, I related to trance states. I related to a lot of the things he was saying. I have been a counsellor in the past, so lots of what Robert was saying just resonated with me. Now, 2.5 years down the track, I'm a completely different person. I feel so confident. I don't have this low self-esteem. I look at myself and my body and I love who I am. The work that we as practitioners do with one another, and it's the only modality I've ever been in where you continue to work on yourself. And like we know now, it's like making a habit of the tapping, making a habit of being in the moment, tapping it out, letting it go, and peeling the layers of the onion off. And that's how I have personally found it, and I am just in awe. And the changes that you get can be so quick, so amazingly solid, and things to never return again. And that's what I love about it. I really love the way we do it and the way it makes those changes.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
So we had a session yesterday, wasn't it? That I really am so thankful that you're open to sharing about, as we were talking about your limiting beliefs around money. And
Yes.
we were also using the exercise of what's really stopping you from moving forward. So would you just tell everyone a little bit about how that kind of played out in the session and what happened?
Well, because you have such wonderful techniques, Ilka, we always go to places that I don't even remember. And my memories of school is not really strong. I didn't like school. I didn't like being there. So when we can flip back to different things that happen, different idea or different ways in which I reacted to what people said and did, and then going back to the years that I've spent maturing and growing, and of course when I was in the Amway business and feeling successful at times, but still I was still at the stage where I had no self-esteem, didn't believe in myself, thought I was a failure, and then to have that reinforced in many ways within myself, because as we know, you get out into the universe, and what you put out there you create. So of course my self-esteem and my disbelief in the fact that I deserved to be where I was, and then I had all the things come into play to prove to me that I really wasn't that good. And that I had a belief too that even though I liked the product, it was way overpriced. So because of my belief it was way overpriced, then of course I had that belief that it was, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, it was false on my part to try and push the product. Although I believed in the system of the Amway business, which I did very well, I held meetings and sold the concept, I could never be a good seller of the products. So, that was my belief, it was way too overpriced. So because it was way too overpriced, then of course I didn't sell a lot of products myself. I never had an organisation that sold a lot of products, which we know is very important to do. And I suppose I also thought that most of them who were up there on stage talking were lying. And go on.
Yeah, and it sort of came up, which was a belief that you'd picked up from your childhood too, was it, of sort of being ripped off kind of thing?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, always being ripped off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not only in my childhood, also through my marriages. I always had that feeling I was being ripped off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I felt like I was ripping people off, trying to sell them the products. So, you know, it really reinforced it in me. So it's been a long journey. Your gorgeous help has helped me turn that around.
And then we talked about how that woman in her "Marry Me" speech talks about when you want patience, you know, you get a line at the bank. You know.
Oh, yes, yes. I've been wanting to change my financial situation so many times. I've bought into so many things to the stage where, and it's my perception about men, which is something that we need to work on as well. But I just feel like every time I've gone and bought something, bought into it, listened to the spiel, thought, oh yeah, this can change things, this can move things. And it's like I've been ripped off again. It hasn't worked for me. It's not what I expected. It's not saying what they're saying it's going to happen. And so it's like, delete that one from my list and delete that one from my list. And I won't listen to that anymore. So my own belief in really who can you believe in this world of helping you isn't out there. So
yeah,
I was ripped off again. My finances have been, I suppose, something that I've been really wanting to change for a long time, and I tend to still keep spending, still keep creating this lack of. That's another thing I think we worked off, is the lack as well as being ripped off. So paying out money, most of my money's always gone out to self-development, and I've spent probably tens of thousands. You know, I don't know, maybe over the years it could add up to 100,000, but I know I've spent a lot of money trying to find the answers to my beliefs in finances.
Yeah.
And also about myself. And I really know now that I'm getting down to the nitty gritty. I know that I'm getting there, and I'm letting go of a lot now with your help. Thank you, Olga.
So it was very timely that the marketing guy who really triggered you, like he was the line at the bank, wasn't he? Like the one thing that you really need to learn to move forward in your business, you got a guy that really triggered you, and we worked on that, didn't we? We used that to help you move past, you know, all of these beliefs, because he was basically really showing them up for you, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
When you go, you know, I've got this graph and I can prove, you know, this will change your life. I think the thing that we had to work on too is when you go onto these sites and you say, yes, that looks good, you know, it's only going to cost me $7. Yeah, I can afford that. Then but you're not finished. You can now buy the next lot for, say, $47.
Yeah.
And this will help you implement that first stage. And then if you go on, but you're not finished yet, there's another $297 to buy the real thing that's going to help you move forward. To me, they kept wanting to get more of my money and rip me off.
Yeah. So
like the line in the bank. Line in the bank.
Yeah. And if you were going to become a seller, you were going to have to be like these people, weren't you, Marilyn?
Yes. And that was the biggest thing, is that I didn't want to be like those people.
Yeah.
And having said that too, I don't believe I'll ever be like those people, but what I can do is turn it around to the way I can see myself as, putting it across. And I do believe in what I do. I am very passionate and powerful in the Faster EFT modality. I've seen the changes. I really want to step out into the world and show everybody how, with the power of the mind, I'm right into the, what do they call it? You know, into the mindset. I have been for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And connecting the mind with the body. And even today, I was just looking at a small video clip with some guy, his name is Chris, doing how we can heal, how we can change, how we can turn back the clock in time on who we are.
Yeah.
At my age, and I'm not going to say my age anymore because I do believe I'm younger.
Yeah.
I believe I've turned that around. I've changed my hands, where they were very arthritic, are not arthritic anymore.
Wow.
My knees, which were very sore and painful, I had a big Baker's cyst behind my left knee, is not there anymore. I've changed that. I'm changing. I don't take any pills whatsoever.
Yeah.
I am changing everything about my life. And by doing the changes within yourself and letting go, then you can have the longevity and you can have the health and you can have whatever you want in your life. So now it's and it's clearing those, and that's why I took up your 30-day challenges. I needed to go to that place where I retired last year. I need to move forward. I need my business working for me, and I am letting go of the blockages that I have within my system, in my belief system, from my parents. My father was English. He believed, you know, that we were a working class family. You can't better yourself from a working class family. I was always trying to prove myself to everybody, make myself bigger than what I was. But now, letting that go, I can move on and become who I'd really like to be, going out, showing the world how they too can change their lives and become, and make enough money for myself, and I don't care how much it is anymore, make enough to be able to travel the world and do the things I want to do.
Yeah, and you did do a really good marketing spiel. We got a good thing that you're going to be able to go out now and really target people with as well. And what you know that one, so you can have a practice of it now if you like.
That is looking in the mirror. I'm helping people. I only used it today. Someone said to me, "What are you doing?" And I said, I'm helping people look in the mirror and they can feel fabulous about who they are. And she went, oh, really? So it was just short and sweet, but looking in the mirror, seeing the true authentic you.
Yeah, yeah. That's my husband home.
Hello, Simon. Yeah.
So, well, that's awesome, and we are adding, and even if you're stripped naked, looking in the mirror.
Oh, I love this, and I'll quickly share. Years ago, probably in the 1990s, I think it was, early 1990s, I did this course, and the lady told me to go home. Within this course, we had to go home, strip naked in front of the mirror, look at ourselves, and tell ourselves how beautiful we were. My reaction was sheer anger. I was telling myself how ugly I was, how fat I was, and how dare she even tell us to do this, and how wrong she is. And I went right off my brain. I was sitting there bawling my eyes out. I just did not like who I was or what I was. And over the years, I've managed to let go of a lot of things, different things that have been said to me, different things that I've learned. And now I can strip naked, look in the mirror and go, wow, girl, look at you. They are gorgeous hips. You've got a waist. You are a woman. And I can look at it differently. I always had a problem with my hair because my hair is very fine. By the way, it's my natural colour. I don't have any colours through my hair, and it's natural. And I believe this is because I'm thinking young. I've got a younger sister that's very grey. I've got an older sister who's very grey, but that's my hair. And I look in the mirror and I say, well, you know, for a person your age, Marilyn, that's beautiful hair. That's gorgeous hair. You got a great hairdresser now who's looking after your hair for you. I look at my face, and once upon a time I thought I looked manly. I was ugly. I look at it now and I think, wow, you got beautiful brown eyes, and look at those wrinkles. They're all your laughter lines. You've always been laughing. You're happy. So you can turn it around and see yourself. And when you see yourself in that way, other people are looking at you differently.
Yeah.
And I feel this is one of the most wonderful things that through all the tapping that we've done, through all the releasing that we've done, or I should say I've done, all the tapping I've done, all the releasing I've done, it has changed me within myself as a person and being able to look at myself differently. So teaching others how to do this, teaching others how they can change their own perceptions about themselves and their lives is a wonderful, marvellous thing we can do. Now, with your beautiful help, I can now change my money blocks and move on beyond that as well.
And you've already started.
I have, yeah, yes. I've got a seminar coming up too, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. And when I do, that's looking in the mirror. That's teaching everybody to look in the mirror. And I'm putting out there that I have 30 come along to that seminar.
Fantastic.
And I think I'm doing really well at staying at the price that I put.
Yeah. And so where are you, Marilyn?
I'm in Newcastle. I'm in Newcastle in New South Wales.
And your website is?
healingbyfastereft.com.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah. So if you everyone
wants to go and have a look at my site and see what I'm all about, I do sessions over Skype. In fact, I love Skype. I can even do sessions over Zoom.
Yeah.
And we can. I can help anybody who, if you know anybody in the Hunter region in New South Wales in Australia, please let them know about me. That'd be really great.
Excellent. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for this little chat. I'm sure it will really help everybody else, and yeah, really, really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you, Ilka.
Okay, bye.
Bye.